Hey guys, it's Jill here to teach you something new today about Cherry Picked. So today I'm going to be reviewing emails and automations. So you're going to have to log into the back end of your website. If you don't know how to do that, look at logging into your website video on my channel or on this Facebook page. But you're going to want to get to the back end of your website and you'll notice you have these tabs up on the top: your store, contacts, appointments, emails, and automations. I am going to be creating videos about how to use all of these tabs, but for this video, we are going to be focusing on emails and automations. So this is going to be the back end of your website on how we can use emails and automations for the purposes of marketing your business. I have a private Facebook group where I allow all of my clients to ask me questions on how to utilize this platform. And one of the most common questions we get is, how do you set up an automation? So a lot of people don't know the difference between a campaign or an automation. A campaign is just going to be your one-off emails. These are going to be emails that are like Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. The one-off emails that you're going to be sending once a year or maybe once a month. So for me, I always do my mid-month check-ins. These are emails that are one-offs. I always send them around the middle of the month, just checking in with all of my clients. But today we're going to be focusing on how to build an automation. So an automation, think of when you go to a website, you sign up for a coupon with Bed Bath & Beyond, you're emailed that coupon instantaneously, and then you can use that coupon code for a purchase. So that is what we are going to be setting up. So if you go to Cherry Picked Web Co., I believe it's Digi Downloads. I hope this is right. Okay, cool. So this is what I use to help my business grow. I help it to grow my list, create leads, etc. So this is something everyone should have in their website because it is a continual flow of new people into your business and new people that you're able to help and to serve. So for me, I give away different prompts that people who like to do it themselves can use. So there's a DIY checklist, email help, do-it-yourself website, etc., ideas for content. So anytime anyone puts their information in any of these blanks, they are automatically sent an email right away with whatever it is they're asking for. So you'll notice the corresponding number 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I actually kept mine organized that way for me. You on the user side have no idea what that means, but maybe in the back end you do your automation and you title it, DIY checklist. So let's just do this for the purposes of this video. We're going to create a brand new automation and we're going to enter your new automation name. So for this one, we will do video test and you're going to submit. So now an automation is a series of if-then statements. So if this person signs up for this,
I didn't get that.
Sorry, Siri. I use Apple products. So if I said series, then you know who pops up and says, I didn't get that. So sorry about that. So an email automation is going to be, if this person signs up in using this form, then they are going to get this email. So with that being said, you need to have triggers. You need to have titles and triggers on your clients and your people. So if Sally signs up for a do-it-yourself checklist, she will automatically be tagged as a number 1. That's important to know for your triggers because you're going to use tags as a trigger. You can also use a form as a trigger as well, but we're going to add a new trigger and we're going to use the trigger added to a list. Now you can select your list, and you can select multiple, but we need to make sure that you have them organized. So again, Sally signed up for something number 1. So we want to make sure that if Sally signed up for number 1, then she's going to get the email that number 1 is attached to. So we're going to go ahead and click this number 1 and confirm. So now that you have a trigger, basically think when you pull the trigger on a gun, that gun goes off. So triggers are going to set your automation to go off. Okay, so you have one list selected and that will become your trigger. Okay, you can also add other triggers, like if a tag is removed, if a property is changed on a contact, if a tag is added, etc. And then you're going to click this little plus button, and you are going to either add an action or you're going to add something that will happen. So in this case, we're only talking about emails. We cannot do text messages on Cherry Picked yet. So get that out of your brain. We're only going to do emails. So we're going to immediately send an email. Because again, if Sally is entering her information to receive my do-it-yourself checklist, I want her to immediately receive that email. So we're not going to put any time constraint on it. Then you're going to start build out your email. So the title of your first email should obviously be welcoming. And I always say, your goodies are inside this email. And you're going to start building the email. You can use templates, you can do from scratch, whatever it is that you want to do. You can do the drag and drop builder. For a beginner, I highly encourage to use a template. And I scroll all the way down to the bottom that has just the very basic template. We want to keep the hi, and then we want to keep these values, name and this value, because this is going to it's going to automatically input your lead's name. So hi Jill, or hi Rye, or hi Ryan, or hi Sally. And then you're going to type out the body of your email, sign it with your signature, and hit save. Now you have your first email. So you're going to click out of this screen. Okay, great. So now Sally, who put her information into my form on my website, is now automatically going to receive this email. Now we want to make sure that we're following up with our leads at least once a week. So for the purpose of Sally, we're going to do a onboarding welcoming email for her, welcoming her to Cherry Picked. So what that would look like is a series of emails, the first one being what she asked for, and the next several emails, I would say about 6 or 7, will be a follow-up to what she asked for. So we're going to put a delay, so we're going to add this a little plus button, and we're going to do a delay. And we can do a delay of a specific amount of time, with an exact time, or until they meet a condition. So I always like to do an exact time. Actually, just kidding. I like to do a specific amount of time, because then you can enter 7 days or hours or minutes or whatever. And now you have a delay. So Sally is going to receive the first email. It's going to wait a week or 7 days, and then we want her to receive her next email. And again, we want to be future thinking when we write these emails. We need to have a mixture of prospect centric, so just checking in on them. We need to have a sales focused email. We need to have a checking in type email. I believe I just said that, but you get my point. We need to have an email encouraging them to take that next step with us in whatever that looks like for you. So again, we're going to do another email, type in your title here, and you're going to start building the email. And then once you're done building the email, you'll click save and out. And basically, you're going to want to do that for as many times as you want your sequence to go off, okay? So, like I said, typical email sequence for onboarding is 5 to 7 emails over the course of a month. If you don't know the proper timing to send all of that, I actually have a freebie for you for that. I believe it's underneath email help. But if you go to cherrypickedwebco.com/digi downloads, you will be able to access this page for more information on that. But here we are. So we have our welcome email, the delay, and another email. And again, you just keep adding this button for the delay, email, etc. Once you end the onboarding sequence, what you can actually do is instead of the flow ending, you can actually add them into another flow. So, for example, for cherry picked, let me save this real quick so I can show you. So for cherry picked, I have this many automations going because say Sally only wants the do-it-yourself website guide. She's not interested in anything else. I don't want to send her all of the other things because then she's going to know it's not personalized and it's not automated. You really want to be intentional with your automated emails. So this is the true automation for my setup of my Digi Downloads page. And I am giving you the real inside information so you know exactly how I run my business because it works. So again, Sally is over here. She's going to input her name into the do-it-yourself checklist. She's going to give me her name and her email, and she's going to get her freebie. Once Sally does that, she is then automatically triggered off in my automations. She has sent her goodies in the email. It delays 1 day, and then it automatically sends her to my 52-week email sequence. So Sally is asking for her free goodies. Of course, she gets her free goodies. It's going to delay sending her an email for 1 day and then say today on Monday. So on Wednesday, she would get the start of a year-long sequence that I've built out to follow up with her once a week. It's really, really cool to do this because there's data out there showing that if you have an email list and you follow up with that list at least once a week for 52 weeks in a row consistently, about 30 to 40% of those people will interact with you in your business in some way. And that's huge. So what I'm telling you in this video is super important. So yeah, that's basically how we're doing emails and automations. Again, the trigger to trigger off the automation. If you need any further help in this, please do not hesitate to reach out to me with the specific questions. Again, you can email me, jill@cherrypickedwebco.com. And I hope that this video was super helpful for you.